Alright.
We're back.
We're back. We had a little food.
For the final time, question mark.
Uh-huh. Question mark and fuck indeed. Lana, please. Lana, just let this happen. Just let it happen. Hi, Emma. Emma's back. Yay.
Yeah. Now then, sorry. Will the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, please take the stand?
For fuck's sake. Please.
Also, maybe saying to Lana, hey, just please let it happen isn't the best way to...
Miss Lana Skye, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you.
But, Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know, all I've done in the past 2 years. Go ahead, provide your court with a testimony, though, please. And remember, you're under oath. We want to hear the truth. Of course, the truth.
Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister.
Well, that's not a lot of good if you're in fucking jail.
Yeah, more like maybe like no matter what happens, I love you, or no matter what happens, we'll get through this. Mm-hmm. Like, you guys, your familial ties, like your biological, well, that was not in question.
I will be your sister. Yeah. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Grant. In detail, please. I want to get angry today.
Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. Okay.
I've worked alongside Gant for years. There is no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself, with no one's help. When I found prosecutor body's Marshall, I rearranged the crime scene.
Yeah, that's right.
My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma, or being blackmailed.
At all.
Are you sure about that? Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense, of course I'm sure. This is, like, not even the first time that... Okay, if this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this, but... That's what I've been telling you from the beginning.
Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me, and for some reason won't listen to my opinions at all. What if she's telling the truth? She's not. I know my own sister. Wait, wasn't he thinking that?
I know when she's lying all the time, every day. I hate that bit.
Whenever she's speaking stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself.
The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Alright, I'm going to do that while eating rice. This will go well. How?
Chop.
Okay, let's put the button.
Oh.
How many years exactly?
Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, it was 24... That would have been... Okay, she is older than us, though. That's okay.
Yeah.
It would have been 5 years. Detective Gant and Detective Skye were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases.
She must have been good.
Boyfriends.
Coming from the same school as Mia.
Damon Gant was a respectable detective, and that's why.
Think about it, Miss Skye. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail.
You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court... Hold on, sorry. Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife.
Okay, you turn it around. Did you do so to help your sister?
Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his victim that last day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life.
Oh god. I'm dying.
That's the good whiskey, girl. That's the good whiskey. Drink it down. Drink full in the sands.
Ugh. Was not drinking
This
whiskey.
is the water. This is the well.
Whew, okay, I'm fine. Just choked on rice or something? I don't know.
Yeah,
I am eating
probably,
rice.
Honestly. Yeah, that would do it.
But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything.
That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Oh, okay, so that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago? Seems like kind of a weak motive.
You say you did this all by yourself.
Yes.
Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene?
I was the first person to discover the scene. I've been told, the broken prosecutor's award knife was stuck in the victim's body.
What? But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident.
That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life.
Okay, she turned around.
Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement.
You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark?
Something like that.
If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife.
Oh, well, it was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle.
Uh-huh. That's not how it went down. She tried to cover up her lies with more lies. Oh, just to protect me? Yeah, we got that, Emma.
So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Like, how'd the man end up on the floor anyway? Like, what? He was impaled, standing up. Yes.
You planted the tip of Dark's knife in the victim's wound?
And then you moved the body?
But why? Why would you do that?
You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You must have had a good head on your shoulders.
My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of the others. Let's see, why'd you move the body? When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body?
It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's desk.
But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there?
The reason for that is simple. Yeah, definitely, completely, I totally understand. You gonna, Miss Sky, she moved, right?
The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. Piece of the jar, you mean,
Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier.
Hey, I'm sure the person who made it was very proud of it. Like, calm down.
In order to show that Drake committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body.
So, when you first found the body, the jar was already...
Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If we look at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened.
You mean...
Neil Marshall was dead, Drake was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during this struggle.
But then why would you... move?
I see.
Why would you bother moving it? What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that.
Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone.
Well, I mean, obviously I have to press this. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer?
How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period.
Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence? She's lying! She did it so I would be brave for what happened!
In any case, as prosecutor, what I have done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions.
Mr. Wright, my sister's lying! Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. Gotta get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. Okay, well. First lying side, Gant, there's no truth. Fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. Well, I mean, the stuff was in his locker. Or, his, safe. Because it was in the safe? I mean... well, I didn't mean to press. Damn it! Okay. Do I present the jar at this part or this part? Because I feel like obviously the jar has to give.
Show me the other part again. I go back to the other one. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, because we proved that Emma was written on it, and I'm sure if he sprayed it with blood, that would also, or sprayed it with blood, sprayed it with the luminol, it would also show.
I'm gonna say go with this one.
Damn it! Fucking damn it! All right, so here. Music didn't stop. Contradiction. Ow. Okay. I guess here then? I mean, what else?
I guess.
Oh, music stopped.
Oh.
Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister.
You mean the forgery at the scene where Near Marshall was murdered? Was that I was playing Bejeweled on my phone.
If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony.
Contradiction? In my testimony?
Why does she look like mildly flabbergasted or whatever? She's like, oh, what? What happened? Like, huh?
There's one of those?
Yeah. You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan."
That's right. Correct. Do you have, like, a problem with that, or, like...
It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood.
Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments.
You right there?
Yeah.
Exactly so, and this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died. Oh shit, you know, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shitter jar!
Order! War!
Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be... No. Not again. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed.
What?
Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth.
Yeah, alright, that sounds good. Keep going. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was, wiping them clean before they were discovered.
But Emma's handprint is on that thing.
You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time.
She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence.
Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Well, granted, Emma didn't realize that she had killed the guy. So... So the jar was already broken. Meh.
Oh, sorry, yeah. It's a miracle that thing hadn't broke earlier. I thought that was Phoenix. Certainly looks as feeble as the defendant's case.
Wow,
Damn.
Fuck you. But not as feeble as the judge's judgment. You were an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces?
Normally, I would have.
So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar?
No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust.
Well, that helps my case. Lana, you do that for me? It seems you two might make up yet. You weren't going to already-
I just barely had enough time to move the body.
If someone happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry.
I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came.
Wait, but there was part of it still left on one of the pieces, so...
Yeah.
That's it.
This is rather shocking.
Uh-huh, yeah, guess what? I'm gonna... tab. I had to figure out which one was the one that I do. Okay. There's... One of these still has the thing on it.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna keep on shoving this jar in your face.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep... That's what I'm gonna keep doing. That's how I'm gonna win this testimony. Yeah. Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals truth even you were unaware of. We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe.
In the chief's safe? But how?
I knew it! She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was... still blood on it.
But the witness just testified.
We all know she's lying.
That she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off it.
Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you.
What? But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece? What? Oh, hold on a second. Oh, there we go.
I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
That may very well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Can you believe that?
Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken.
Oh,
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness.
I hope you're not implying that person was Chief Gant at the time he was looking. Straight downstairs.
This is the episode of the judge doesn't get to say anything. The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that?
No.
Why am I a child?
No! My boyfriend is a murderer, and I was dating him when he was. Wait, I'm not the one. Hey!
Damon Gant, sorry, I'm eating rice. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question, what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence.
But why would Chief Gant do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, I'm silly in rice. Isn't it clear?
What was that? What happened?
Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma. And therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Sky became the chief's puppet. Oh, she bit her tongue? Or her fucking thumb, dude.
I did it on my own.
Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake.
No, you didn't! It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients.
You're my client! Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client.
I guess you do seem like the type who would twist the truth.
Wait a minute.
No, I'm not!
What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap?
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
Lana, maybe right after all. What do you mean, right? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? No. Miss Sky.
Yes,
please testify once more.
But
if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall.
Yeah.
Miss Sky, if you will.
I can't.
There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will if you tell the truth.
Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Oh yeah, so sorry, yeah, I keep forgetting it's me. Yeah, I was just staring at that. Alright, the witness may testify once more for the final time.
Are you sure, Judge? Are you sure it's gonna be the final time? Like, how
no,
sure are you?
not at all.
Remember how this was gonna be the final episode, like 3 episodes ago?
Part 2.
We're
Ladder
gonna...
Trial 2.
Yeah, we're gonna get Ladder Trial 2-2. This is gonna happen.
World 2-2, yeah. Act 2, Episode 2. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the suit of armor sword.
It's
Emma
definitely
and
a
Dark
lance, but
were lying
whatever.
unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Unbelievable! The body was impaled on the armor sword?
Wait, yeah, we established... I hate the judge sometimes. You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof.
You just gonna let that go, Edgy? You just gonna let that go, Edgy boy?
Ooh. Ooh.
Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright this morning.
What? To me?
It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it.
Is that what's in...
Might be needed.
Is that what's in the book? Is that what is in the book?
No. Is evidence law in the book? But
I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture.
I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana. Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember getting something from her then. Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere. Okay.
Can we examine the book? Check.
Oh.
Oh, yo. Okay, keep looking around.
No, it's right there. Like, it's gotta be hidden in the binding. Like, fucking... damn it! That's not what I meant to click.
Everything's locked!
Please, just...
But...
The P.O.?
Oh!
There we go. Hey, there's a picture here. Okay. Part of the hand. Part of that was taken out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what the handprint is.
Because Emma pushed him.
Yeah.
That's why her handprint was on that. Okay. Oh my, this is the actual crime scene. Oh, so that's a dead body.
No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything.
Alright, I get to look at this shit. Hold on. Hold on, Emma. Hold on to that thought. I want to look at it. Alright, so...
Missing piece of his jacket. Yeah, that's where the handprint came from.
That's the
Definitely.
big obvious thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that would be very obvious. Well, I mean, for one, the blood really should have been on the floor. It's weird that there was a lot of blood on the other spot.
Maybe he only just coughed it up onto his shirt, and that's the...
Maybe?
Yeah. Maybe.
I guess. Anyway, I guess I'll continue with this. Mr. Wright, that piece cut out from his vest. Could that be the cloth we found inside Sheep Can't Save? What's this? The one that has Emma's handprint on it. This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth that had fingerprints on it. Whose fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. What? No, but those fingerprints, they're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer.
Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Okay, so... Okay, when I arrived, found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the state of armor. So, what? Who? Why are you back?
Lunch is over. Come now, Udgy. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen.
Suddenly, you came back. How mysterious.
Chief Gant. The fuck? Oh, what? Now you want me to make out as but you want to make me out as the bad guy too?
I know he's like the over-sexualized guy, but no one's making out right now.
Not right now, but... So I'd like to put a word or two in my defense.
Oh, but you gave up your right. I'm afraid it's too late for that.
What?
You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort.
I'm the chief of police, I can do whatever I want.
This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Didn't we already establish this? So there, sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck.
So what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements at all.
Okay, sure. What do you mean?
The evidence will do all the talking for me.
Because he's like, oh, it's gonna have the fingerprints of Emma on it.
Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yeah? Wait, what? Do you have? No, I don't. But someone does.
Shit.
Ooh.
He's gonna push me to do it.
So, what's your excuse right now? Why have you been keeping quiet about it?
Because I'm trying to figure it out.
You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death.
How would you have known where the handprint was?
Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright?
If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer.
Mr. Wright! If you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiry.
Everyone's getting talked to by the committee. What do I do now? I better think through this this through carefully. Can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall.
Well, let's do it.
I mean, yeah, what else are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Hold on. I want to look at it, though. How would he have known where it was, though? Like, how would he have supposedly known where it was, you know?
Yeah.
Like, her handprint would not have been that, like, fucking incredible, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta, I guess. I can't not show it.
Yeah?
Alright, fuck it. Yes, Your Honor, I do have further evidence. Alright, the time's finally come to show it to them. Those prints have got to be the chief's. No.
Now let's see the conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prospector Marshall.
I mean, hold on. Well, one, let me look at the rules again. Oh. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. You know. You know. You know, I didn't think about it. I might not have to present that. But...
I feel like it's currently relevant because we're trying to, yeah.
I mean, kind of, but like at the same time. If he's gonna be all like, you can't show blah blah blah, then like... Alright, well, I mean, I guess I gotta. I don't know what else to do. Alright.
Is that a piece of leather cloth?
Yes, it most likely was cut from the victim's vest near his chest. What's this? There's a big handprint on it. A big one. Hey, it's a big handprint.
Surely it must have been left on the cloth by whoever shoved the victim into the sword.
That's not necessarily true. Just because there's a handprint on it doesn't mean that it happened when the guy was shoved. Like, literally, there's no correlation to the... Or rather, you would have to prove...
Whose fingerprints on this? Maybe they were just dating.
No, that's worse.
I'm sure Wright was checked. Haven't you? Well, whose are they?
They're Miss Skies. Miss Emma Skies. Oh, what? They're mine. So I really did do it.
See? I told you. It was conclusive.
But this was found in your safe. That means it's possible you forged it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that?
But... Give it up, Mr. Wright. It's over. No, it's not. You shouldn't have presented that. By presenting that evidence, you tied Emma Sky to Neil Marshall's death. Alright, is this the part where I die? Ever kill her. No. Is there an objection? No! Is there an objection or what? Nope. Hey, is this gonna be everything hinged on that point? In the end, Lana also was found guilty on all counts. Guilty! Yay!
Oh, damn, alright.
We got her first death! Yay!
Yeah. Yay!
Oh no, when did I save? Oh, we just got to run it.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to run through the whole thing again.
Oh no,
yeah.
Wait, I thought we saved in the middle of the... No, it was in the middle of the other one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ugh, okay, we'll run through this real quick. I'm gonna pause.
Yeah.
Okay, we are back. We finally got to this part. Took forever.
Yeah, we had to go through the whole case again, like, at least once.
Yeah, I forgot how we jump-started everything, so I just kind of, like,
press something, yeah.
Yeah, fucking, ugh. Okay, but anyway, not showing evidence. Nah. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
What? You lie! Chief Gant! You opened my safe. I know what you took what was inside.
This calls him out. He thinks he knows what's in there because he's like, if he was like, oh, maybe you planted this thing or whatever. But he knows specifically what's in there, which means he did have it in there.
The conclusive evidence.
Nah. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together.
Oh, I see. Is it because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it.
What are you talking about, Chief Gant?
Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest. Notice anything off the chest area?
He's digging his own grave, slowly but surely.
It looks like part of it's been cut off for some reason.
You mean you had this in your safe?
What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is gonna be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happens. What? You mean you admit and you I was the first person to arrive on the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana.
So you really were manipulating her.
I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that's when she saw the scene. She would ask me for my aid.
So you assisted Miss Sky.
I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room.
And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted.
When I tampered with the crime scene, I had 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you.
2 pieces of evidence. You mean those items in your safe?
But why? For insurance, of course.
Insurance?
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You were calculating that ahead when forging evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make belief cheap by dumb luck. I murdered my predecessor. See this jar fragments? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off the pieces.
But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too?
Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance.
You mean that piece of cloth?
Well, come on, Righto. Cough it up. I know you already have it.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe.
Yes, I admit it. I don't want to have to be that. I have to do that, being chief and all.
You okay, Thel? You're right.
Yeah, sorry, I just sort of tripped over this entire sentence.
That's okay.
But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then, before it was too late.
I came from that timeline. That fucked up everything. So this is definitely the better one. It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine! Still can't show the evidence, but just in case of saving again!
Yeah.
Okay, and let me just double check. It's
yeah, just double save. Yeah,
you know,
okay,
the
yeah.
gamer's fallacy.
Did I just save? Am I sure?
Okay. No. No, it's too late to show the evidence now. Besides, even if I did, it just exposed that poor girl's fingerprints. Right, think hard over the circumstances. The circumstances? I'm talking about then and now. There's one major difference between the two. Weren't you waiting for that difference?
Uh-huh.
So... Oh, now I can present it. Oh, because before it didn't tie him to the case, but now that he admitted that he was a part of this, I can get his testimony.
Yeah.
Okay, well, but, I mean, ouch. I guess
All
it's
right,
fine to only
let's
have
see
one
it.
ouch.
Yeah. The evidence.
Alright, well, I mean, I guess I have to present this part. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh, yes! At last you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth.
Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather, there must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
You mean...
It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence.
You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy.
What?
Think about it. Rido had all this time to present that evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why could that be?
You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? But, Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Whoever's fingerprints they belong to must be the real Whose fingerprints are they?
Very well. I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. Why... This is weird.
You could lie about it, but...
Well, I mean, yeah, it has to go be... I mean, and he's like, it's okay now.
Yeah.
So I guess now I present it?
Yeah.
Hit
her with
okay,
it.
I guess I'm gonna do it.
Emma? Emma Sky?
What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma. But why didn't you tell me?
You're really something, Rido. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death.
Hold it.
How could you? You monster! Miss Sky? You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't.
Miss Sky, it's not over yet.
What?
I said this trial isn't over yet.
No, I heard you. But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. Have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue. Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer.
Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up.
Oh? And what's that?
Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall?
What?
Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask?
It was Emma Sky, wasn't it?
I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
What? What contradiction? What is this fool babbling about?
I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is.
Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth... Whoa, what is it? What's the thing?
Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. Oh.
Oh?
The bleeding.
Check it.
The bleeding.
Oh.
How did the blood get on that part of the shirt?
Oh, before it was cut off. You right. You right.
I probably should have saved, but oh well.
And what exactly is this supposed to be?
This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out?
Yeah, his shirt's showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though.
Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth.
Okay, yeah, but this piece of cloth...
is spotless. I've been wondering this entire time why there's no blood on it.
There's no blood on it!
Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time.
That's nonsense.
Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me. Who could have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor,
and all impaled of his strength.
And impaled him on the armor's sword? Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. Yeah, also the jar was kind of like a distance away.
Yeah.
Like, a jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue and make Lana believe her sister did it. Motherfucker. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. It's finally all over, except for when it's not. Yeah.
Whomst.
What? What is... What is...
That was close, Righto. You almost had me.
What?
Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute all your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth. This is illegal evidence.
No, that's why I have the book to tell me.
Order! Order! What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Udgy. Earlier, old Righto here concealed that piece of cloth.
I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Because Phoenix knew he knew. He read the book.
Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence.
But that's not fair.
Oh, did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son.
Oh, it sure is.
I'm afraid Mr. Grant's claim is legally correct. He may have done it, but... Mr. Edgeworth?
True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to contradict or convict a person, assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
What?
It seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived.
Mr. Wright, do you admit to it?
No.
That you purposefully illegal?
No. I couldn't present it until it was relevant. I admit I refused to present it at one point.
So the evidence is illegal, then?
Nah. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant.
Hmm?
It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't.
What do you mean? What do you mean you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence.
No, Archie, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe.
There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence illegal or not?
Very well. Let's settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present the evidence. If you can prove that your conduct was not in violation of the law, do that.
This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law.
What? Is this a children's book?
I've done my homework too, Yes, it is a children's book. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more.
What?
You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying I did not have approval from the police department. Rule number 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And, here's the crux of the matter. You see...
The case we've been talking about has not been the one that's on trial for like 20 minutes.
You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident.
What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and...
Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented?
That was shown only a few moments ago.
He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. And he verified this once more. On the day of the crime, he personally cut out the piece of his vest. No, I did. It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant, the killer, was you. That's so fucking ridiculous.
I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me.
Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty.
He didn't murder his brother. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited a star, then convinced Bruce Goodman.
Detective Goodman?
Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've gotta help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit.
He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. Do you want to be Goodman?
Sure.
What are you talking about, Goodman?
What kind of voice should Goodman have? I mean, he's gonna be here for like 2 seconds, but...
Yeah, but it has to be iconic, you know?
Fuck iconic!
Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. Please!
He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said,
It's not too late. I'm going to hand this all over to Marshall.
well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9.
I'm glad he's just dumping all this, because, like, it's been proven, so now he's just giving us the backstory for all of it so that we have a sense of closure.
Yeah. That's when I saw it. The accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out.
Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime.
Even so, blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much I didn't realize my fatal mistake.
The bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker, which he's wearing gloves, so...
I used to be known as the crime computer, but everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it.
Then you put the body in my fucking car.
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal, right? You made a lot more than us detectives ever will.
You have an organ in your car.
In your giant office.
Leaving the prosecution's car aside. How? How could you get Miss Sky involved in all of this?
Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out.
So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker.
I felt bad for having to do it.
No, you didn't.
I also didn't have time to pick and choose what to take.
Which is why the glove was still there. Got the jar fragments and the glove.
Yeah. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer.
I mean, I don't know, it took us forever to fucking convict you, so...
They all did their best to get in my way. I gotta hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay.
Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that.
Tell me, what are they? Why do you stand in court?
Me? Why are we getting into personal... Shouldn't someone arrest this man?
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same.
Eh?
One day, you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone.
That's why I work with my friends! Why are we still here?
Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Audrey. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old boy. Guess I won't be eating your ass tomorrow. I'm sorry too, my ex. I knew you as you used to be, long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example of a boyfriend. I'm sorry to learn that you're no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Aji. Thanks for all the memories, though.
Thanks for the memories, even though they weren't so great.
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'd like to there's a lot of conversation about queer coding villains and how very queer coded this particular villain is. But I feel like that's more okay in this because everyone in this game is a little everyone in this game is at least 30% gay.
Remember how we were like, oh, Lana Skye must have been dating Jake Marshall or something, and then like, wait, no, she was dating Angel Star. Anyway.
Nah, she was lesbians. Now you have Righto here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning.
Yo, what up? There are two things I want you to understand.
Yes?
First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Skye, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. But
you're right.
we already solved.
When this trial's over, I'll tell everything.
Oh, I guess there's multiple things he probably forced her to do, because, you know.
Yeah. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gant help me forge evidence, up until today. So, it seems all of the questions raised in this trial have been answered.
I'm sorry, Miss Skye. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble.
What high standards you have for a rookie.
Rookie.
I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. We dated, you know. Who knows? A few years from now, you might just make it to the top. You might just become a top.
No, she's fun. It's so cute. No.
I owe you my thanks, Mr.
She
Wright.
looks so cute.
She did it.
Miss Skye, you're adorable.
And you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yeah.
For some reason, you decided to work against Detective Grant. I don't know why, but you know what? Can't complain, TBH. You have suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much an ordeal it's been for you.
It was nothing. It's fucking Baka. Senpai. Liar.
I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and grabbed Mr. Wright to victory. Guided! Sorry, I have other things on my mind right now. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Stop it! I only did my job. Stop praising me.
You're right, don't have a thing. not gay. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Just how gay are we? Miss Skye, how gay are you? Yes, Your Honor? You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all of this? Like, what, you... What?
Judge, why are you...
It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains.
Yay! Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna just be out.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Well,
right.
this trial has gone on for far long enough already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye,
Not
guilty.
guilty.
Innocent. I'm glad we installed those
Yes,
streamers.
I love.
That is all. This court's adjourned.
Yay!
We did it. We proved her.
Oh god, that took 5 more hours.
I'm so sorry.
Find more in game. Like, in-game
yeah.
hour. It took a total
yeah.
of, like, 7 hours for the entire thing.
Yeah, that was one hell of a... Yeah, court cases be like that, though.
At long last, it's finally fucking over, dear God. Oh.
Oh, hi.
Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended... I see my Miss Fireface, that's so highly my thanks. To you too, Mr. Edgeworth, is a smile. You know, I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me. Hope I'm not interrupting anything.
I'm interrupting again! That's my joke in this case!
Guess I am. I'll come back later. God damn it, Gumshoe. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Don't say it's a funeral. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run all around while on duty. Top it all off if you call me happy. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh, are you here because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Yay!
Ah, there she is.
Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well,
listen, man, I don't give a fuck anymore. My boss is technically, I still work for Chief Murder Man. Emma, I owe you an apology.
It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it.
That day 2 years ago. Was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming.
Can you imagine, like, the 50th floor or wherever the fuck of the police is, you just hear...
Yeah. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in this mess.
Sis?
I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth.
It's Nissan. Oni-san? I think it's Oni-san. No?
No, that's
Ichan?
One-san.
Oni-san.
Yeah, I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now, I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years.
Give your sister a hug.
I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself. But I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours.
As opposed to the eyes that aren't yours.
The ones on the glasses. I was scared that of how you'd react if you knew.
But sis, you were only doing it for me.
No.
Huh?
I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you.
Sis. Also, you know, now I think about it, like, well, I guess we didn't even have to prove whether Emma did it or not in the past, because we were doing the trial for Goodman's death and everything. But, like, now I'm thinking about it, we didn't actually provide, like, a play-by-play of how the murder happened for Neil Marshall.
Yeah.
Like, all we proved was that Emma didn't do it. We didn't prove, like, when What's-His-Face stabbed him. Also, why he stabbed him? You know? Or something? So, whatever.
Yeah. I assume it was just for the blackmail reasons. Like, ooh, I could get blackmail if I murdered this man. I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it.
Or maybe it was an accident for him, too. Like, maybe he, in the darkness, was going to kill Dark and then accidentally stabbed Marshall.
Yeah.
And was like, well...
Emma, I'm so sorry.
But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now.
You're happy?
What the fuck does that mean? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back, and now you have. No, they're so cute.
Oh, Emma. Emma!
Give me a splash screen of them hugging. Yes!
Yeah!
Sisterly love!
There we go, that's what I'm talking about!
Fuck yeah! Shit! No one continues to pass. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because why are you getting, like, philosophical? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our
He's being drunk on the
path.
couch again because of me.
Yeah. It is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. That goes for you too, Edgeworth. At least that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe.
Me?
Yes, thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday.
You know? I don't know.
Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
Edgeworth?
He's behind you. Yeah, stop hiding and get over here.
Is he gonna be... Where was he hiding? I just came to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right.
Fucker.
I'll be going now.
You two should get back together. I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened.
Oh,
I did
God.
just try to stuff him in the trunk of your car. It wasn't your fault that I...
No, I tried to
Did
take him
that.
out. It was the other guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He came back.
We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you.
It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realized today that I can't correct my mistakes. Well, no, that's... did you not hear him getting all philosophical about the thing? Like, Phoenix just went to... Mr. Edgeworth? Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. Ugh, God, why are you listening to that stupid asshole? He's an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't even do a crime without getting away with it. Like, you gonna believe him? You're gonna believe him. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But, Edgeworth, what the fuck are you going— Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor.
Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake.
They murdered?
You said, in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon.
But you don't
Maybe
fight on your
true.
own!
But think back to
Power of
today's
friendship!
trial.
Your weapon is friendship, Edgy!
You
No.
weren't alone.
No.
You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
What? Yeah. What is this pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lena's talking about. What? Oh, that's another one of these showing evidence things.
Yeah, no, it's
Evidence,
the combined evidence list. Now they hold hands. It's gonna be like a Lady and the Tramp thing where they both like move towards each other with the evidence list in their mouth. Take that.
That's the picture I drew. Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture.
That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth. There's too many feelings here, if you'll excuse me. There's still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Edgeworth, what will you do now? I keep trying to leave and everyone keeps calling me back. God, is this what friendship is? I hate it.
Splash screen of them kissing.
Well, whatever you do, just remember. You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell.
I better be going too.
Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon.
It seems we both have a lot to learn and a lot of catching up to do. Here's this. A little something for you.
It's so cute, look at it. Scientific investigation?
It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well.
Oh, yeah, because she started as a detective and then became a prosecutor, so that makes sense, actually.
Thanks, sis. I will.
And so, another case came to a close.
I love how like. Here's the thing I've been thinking about. This is a thing that you could call propaganda, but like not at all, because most of the cops end up being fucking murderers. They're just entirely they're either murderers, accessories to murderers, or just entirely incompetent.
Yeah.
Not propaganda confirmed. Phoenix Wright
is okay.
I am. The sentence is Phoenix Wright. Unproblematic.
Yay.
Anyway.
Alright, as for the sisters, I have faith.
Yeah, let me see it again.
Yeah.
Faith that their lives have only just begun. I'm 16! And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. Or a journey to rediscover myself. Yeah, he's at the end.
My boyfriend.
Yeah, well, don't go tricking off just yet, pal. What is it, Detective? What now? There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either.
Way to go, Detective. I didn't know you had a WoW side.
Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright here's the one who'll be footing the bill.
Time to go back in the bottle. Bye.
You think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. I've had like 20 pay cuts since this game started.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best.
Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Runs away. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. That was cute. Oh.
Very good. We did it. We did it, lady.
We completed the game. High five.
High five. High five.
Yeah. Oh, read.
I arranged for a friend. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner.
Oh, great.
As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecution's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then, I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma.
Oh, that's so cute.
Okay, so she's being sent to Europe, which is actually interesting. There's another character later that, well, there's probably a few characters that have been sent to Europe for things, so.
Yeah.
Interessant.
Yeah.
Oh. Yikes! I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation at the chief's office. If we penalized you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily. Yeah, because you're a gumshoe.
Good old Detective Himbo.
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ. I like how this has like a separate credits scene because it was this big whole thing for one.
Yeah, it was DLC. Yeah,
it was
like
so many things.
Secret DLC.
Yeah, well, not secret, but you know. Oh, your turn.
My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them, though. Someday I'm gonna make detective. Yes, sir. Then I can be just like that Dick Jumpshoe. You sure will.
Yep.
You will, and don't let anyone tell you you won't.
Some of the gameplay mechanics were a little clunky, but I mean, it was their first time trying it, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty. In the next game, they'll probably refine them.
Oh, look at Spell Badger.
I'm sad it's not playing his music.
Yeah, do. God. When I was trying to figure out that jar oh no! Oh, well, now he's wants us to paint him like one of his French girls.
Gumshoe, you gotta fix him.
Ah, damn it, pal! I don't have any money
How
for
did
glue.
you do that? You were gonna fix him with glue? Isn't there like a ton of mechanical parts? Oh hell yeah! What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Miss Dar managed to sneak this into me. She's seeing one of the guards, it seems. Well, cowboy, looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. You make sure Billy and the gang get their water?
Oh, the cactuses. One's named Billy.
Yeah.
Of course. Cute.
Texas.
Yeah, return again.
Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while.
Why?
As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu, the Right Way Lunch. A top lawyer tastes a bit to defeat, but the bottom layer is sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. I put so many sexual innuendos there. I hope you get back together with Edgeworth.
Oh my god, everybody stop! I don't have feelings still for him, okay? Stop it!
Sure you do. I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said at the trial. Let's see what was his name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing something for how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so huh? I forgot my gavels. I fucking gotta go.
Oh my god, we saw the back of the charge for once. That's new.
Chirp. Chirp.
This is like super chill, like.
Yeah.
I mean, I say chill, but it also sounds like
chill detective music.
Yeah. Maya! Nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. So I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. Mystic Maya, afternoon training is about to begin. Coming! Well, see you around, Nick. Is he just going around visiting people? What's going on?
Yeah. After the other bombastic music, though, this feels like kind of bland music. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, for obvious reasons.
Yeah. They probably wrote it at, like, the last second. I don't think there were any other new tracks put in the game. Well, no, there was Chief Grant's theme, which was really good.
Mr. Edgeworth. What? Mr. Edgeworth, I brought you your tea. What's going on? Oh, is this a teaser for the next game? Now, this first game, I played through all of the actual cases, and I think I played part of this one. Thanks for coming to see me off.
I played the first game of one. The first case of one of them. I can't
believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be all right. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. Is there a picture in it?
There's gonna be a picture in it, yeah.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
What? Why am I opening it for you? A picture of her smiling? Oh, that's so cute!
Oh. Oh my god, this is adorable! Oh my god, I'm dying!
Thel, I'm dying. It's so cute.
Yeah, it is uncomfortably adorable. Look at that.
Oh my god, she's borrowing her hat to wear it. Oh my god. Thel! I just got the achievement Rise from the Ashes because that's what this one was called. This is so cute. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's a fair reaction to that.
I'm gonna fucking die. That was so cute.
It was adorable.
That was so cute.
It was cute as shit.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. So we're obviously the next time that we play, we're gonna be playing the second game.
Yes.
Which we fucking did it. The high five, Thel.
We did it. Yeah.
We fucking beat the first game and the DLC.
Beat the first game and the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
But before we play the second game, should we do more of Divinity?
Probably, possibly, but as I said, I'll have to edit stuff.
Yeah, how about this? I will help you edit tonight, and by edit I mean I'll spend like 30 seconds walking you through what you have to do.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's like 5.
Oh, I mean,
so not
no, what I mean is like start rendering one while you go to sleep, and then turn off your like computer monitor.
Oh, like rendering a video. I see. Okay.
Yeah, render a video while you're sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
like it'll take a couple seconds, but for now,
yeah, for now, we're closing out on this chapter of Phoenix Wright's story.
Phoenix Wright's story. We did it. That's the first game. Second game coming up sometime.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Woo woo.
Woo.
Peace out.
Miscellaneous
Scouts. The Law Scouts.
Lost.
Welcome
to Law Camp!
Oh god, that sounds terrible.
It's like regular camp, but not nearly as horny. A lot of people have said that it gets really gay at Law Camp, but I'm here to make sure that that doesn't happen!
Is Gumshoe there? No, he would make sure it's gay.
Huh? Oh, it's getting gay at Law Camp? Boys will be boys, I guess.
Alright, goodbye.
I'm gonna go drink in the cabin.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll come back with the next game.
Yeah.